Hi everyone, I'd like to show you how to do this lab ahead of time so it'll be that much easier for you. So first off, I'd like to show you the materials that we're going to be using. We're going to be using a standard yardstick. Now one side, I said yardstick, but we're really going to be using the meter side. One side is inches. We do not want inches. We want to use the metric side that shows centimeters. Okay, we're going to be working to the nearest whole centimeter, so you don't have to worry too much at all about the little millimeter divisions in the center. We also have a wooden block. Everyone will have a wooden block, and each group will have a different number on it. This one has number 4 on it. Attached to the wooden block at one end will be a string of 5 rubber bands, which will be, when straightened out, will look something like that. And then of course as it gets stretched, you'll notice the difference. We're going to be using some masking tape to hold down the yardstick, the meter stick, in 1 second. And we have a data sheet right here that we're going to be filling out a few questions to answer along the way. And on the back side, when we're all done using our data, we'll have a graph that we'll have to fill out. So let's go and get started. We'll start by filling in a couple of things on the data sheet. You'll notice that in this case the wooden block has a number 4 on it, so I'm going to put a 4 right here for the wooden block. The dock number, don't worry about the dock number, we'll give you that later. Today is December 3rd, 2012, and here you'll list all of your group the group names. There should be 4, and I think that we'll have one group with 5. So you'll notice on the data sheet that we have a number of trials. That just means the number of tries that we're going to be doing. And this row is already filled in with, or column I should say, it's not a row, with zeros. So let's get started. We're going to simply take the yardstick first and put it down on the table. Now this is my kitchen table, but it doesn't matter, the tables that we're using will be the same. I'm going to tape one end about 3 or 4 centimeters from the end, tape it down so it doesn't move, and then take another piece of masking tape and put it down at this end, about at the end. That would be fine. And that way the yardstick, the meter stick, will not move. I'm then going to set the masking tape aside if it's there. Now I'll take the wooden block and I'm going to line it up right down here at the 0 mark. So the block is flush with the 0. Now we have 4 people that have 4 jobs. The group that has 5 people, we will assign a responsible job for that person too. But one person is going to be the recorder. That person is going to fill in the results with a pen or pencil. We have another person who is going to be the rubber band stretcher. We'll describe that job in a second. We have one person who's going to be a rubber band measurement watcher, a rubber band watcher. And then we have another person who's going to be watching the wooden block. So here's how it's going to work. With the wooden block at 0, we're going to take the rubber bands, and the rubber band stretcher will pull them out without stretching them, just kind of getting all of the slack out of it, and make note of where that is. In this case, I would say that this is at 64 centimeters. So on our data sheet, where it says unstretched rubber band, I'm going to write 64 for centimeters. Alright, we're ready to go. So holding it there, the rubber band stretcher will slowly start to stretch the rubber band. The block watcher is watching for the first movement of the block. When that starts to move, the rubber band stretcher is to stop pulling. And then we're just going to watch and notice the movements. And we'll make note of where the rubber band stretched to and how much the block slid. Okay, so here we go. Alright, rubber band stretcher, everyone's watching. Rubber band stretcher is starting to stretch, pulling slowly but steadily, watching the block. And when it starts to move, we'll make a note. There we go, I stopped pulling at 81 centimeters, so I can actually let go. Once I'm sure that it's at 81, I'm going to put down stretched rubber band 81, and now I'm going to subtract these two, 81 minus 64, okay, will carry. 11 minus 4 is 7, and 7 minus 6 is 1, so it stretched 17 centimeters. And down here now, I'm going to look and see actually how far the block slid, and it slid 14 centimeters. So I'm going to go back to my data sheet and mark in 14 centimeters. Alright, so that's all the data that I need for my first trial. And then we're going to reset, and we're going to repeat the same process another 4 times. On the back side, when we're all done, we'll be plotting our data. We will be taking our information for each trial, and we're going to be using little squares to plot the block movement each time, and a little triangle to plot how much the rubber band stretched each time. And there will be a scale that will be given to you to use right here, so you won't have to worry about that. Okay? So that's what you're going to be doing. When you're done, you and your team, your group members, will be answering these 5 questions, and then we'll be discussing the results. Okay? So if there's any questions, we'll be around to help you, and you should have a good time, and I think this will be very enjoyable and educational. Okay, bye.